Welcome back to MLB the Show. It is the Detroit Tigers franchise. I am your host, longtime listener. Drop a like, subscribe, and comment below as we take you out to Minnesota and Target Field where the Tigers take on the division rival Twins. Miggy getting the young guys fired up here before this one gets going. And the Tigers look to keep their solid start for the season rolling, but they would have to face Randy Dobnak, who has pitched pretty well so far this year for the Twinsies. Look at the numbers there. Walks have been a little bit of an issue, so maybe a challenge for him, but he's been getting away with it so far. Jumping right in, it is Victor Reyes, first batter. He lines one out to short, so not exactly the start you wanted, but he did put the ball in play and hit it hard, so good sign there. Castro gets one over the heart of the plate. He laces one into left for a single. He is a singles machine, this guy, I tell you. Then Miguel Cabrera with vintage Miggy as he inside outs a fastball into right for a base hit, and it was first and second, one away. Then Jonathan Scope lifts one to center field. This ball was hittable as well, so Dobnak already showing some signs of concern with the command, but Castro tries to tag. He is going to be gunned down at third to end the inning, and that would do it for the Tigers. We head to the bottom of the first, and Daniel Norris has been roughed up through his 3 starts so far this inning with just 14 innings pitched. Walks haven't been an issue, strikeouts neither, but he has been getting hit around when he's putting the ball, when guys are putting the ball in play against him. They're doing it with damage, so we'll see if he can get that under control. First batter would hit a soft pop up to third, routine there, no trouble, and that's one away. Next batter, actually 2 batters later in the inning, it was Nelson Cruz, the ageless wonder. He grounds to third, no trouble there, and that would end the inning. Leading off the second was Lawrence Walker. He hits a routine fly to center. Ball was hit pretty well, but just right at him, and Buxton no trouble there. Next batter was Elvis Vizcaino, another hanging slider. He laces one into left center field. That would get down, and the Tigers have a base runner now, runner on first and one away. That was a 12-game hitting streak for Vizcaino, so he has been swinging a pretty hot stick. Another ball right down the middle. Cameron takes that one into right field for a base hit, first and second. Dobnak really struggling with the command, leaving a lot of pitches over the heart of the plate. So we'll see if he can get that under control, because otherwise Tigers might have a field day. There's a fastball up. That was over the heart of the plate. And Jake Rogers takes that one into center field. An RBI single, and the Tigers on the board early. But Elvis Vizcaino having an issue with his knee here. He is going to have to come out of the game. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But Sheldon Nweze would take over for him. But the next batter was Nico Goodrum. He pops one up the elevator shaft for the second out. And then Victor Reyes into the gap. Buxton going to make a diving effort, but he can't get there. That would score 2 runs. Victor Reyes all the way around to third with a 2-run triple, and the Tigers out to a 3-0 lead here on Dobnak. That was another pretty hittable pitch there. So again, that's been the theme so far. Command still an issue as he would walk Castro next, and then another ball right down the middle, and Miggy again slices one into right field. It's 4-0 Tigers. Scope would then lift the ball into center field. That would be caught by Buxton, and that would do it for the Tigers, but they jump out to a big lead here early, and hopefully that helps Daniel Norris get settled in and give them the start that they need out of him. But 7 hits through 2 innings for the Tigers is definitely a great start for them. There you see Nweze into the game at third base for Vizcaino, who is out with a knee injury. Norris goes back to work with 1 away. He gets the swing and strike out there. Then it was Max Kepler with 2 down. He hits a routine grounder to second. And that's it for the Twinsies through 2. On to the third. 3-1 count. Ball 4. So command still an issue for Randy Dobnak. Another ball hittable right there. Cameron Maben through the left side into left field for a 1-out single. Next batter was Jake Rogers, another fastball over the heart of the plate, belt high. Buxton tries to make a diving catch. He's unable to get that one. It would go all the way to the wall, scoring 2 more runs. Rogers into third with a triple, and that is not what the Twins needed at this stage. That would do it for Randy Dobnak. A rough day. He goes just 2 1/3, 9 hits and 2 walks to go with the 6 earned runs, and he's responsible for the runner on third. But Homer Bailey would bail him out. He strikes out Goodrum, and then he gets a comebacker from Victor Reyes to get him out of the trouble there in the 3rd inning. But the Twins need to get the bats going, or they are going to be out of this one before they ever get a chance to get in it. But you see there, Daniel Norris with a 1-2-3 bottom of the third. That would do it for the Twins. We go to the fourth. Homer Bailey still on in relief. He gets Castro swinging at a slider down and in. 2 batters later, it was Jonathan Schoop. He swings at a curve way out of the zone, still struggling to get that batting average up. We'll see if he can get it going as the season progresses. On to the bottom of the fourth with 1 out. Jorge Polanco down the line. Cabrera couldn't get to it. That ball goes all the way to the corner, and he would be into second safely with a stand-up double. So the Twins have a chance here to get something going. Next batter, Nelson Cruz takes one up the middle. Jonathan Schoop with a diving stop, throws from a knee and gets him for the second out. With 2 away and a base open, they'll pitch around Josh Donaldson to get the lefty-on-lefty matchup against Eddie Rosario, and it works out as he hits a chopper to second. Schoop over to first to end the inning, and Norris has pitched a scoreless outing through 4 innings here in Minnesota. Homer Bailey still out there and doing well for the Twins in relief as he gets Noise swinging for the second out of the inning. Then it was Cameron Maybin, hits a routine grounder to short here. Looks like it's going to end the inning, but this ball is overthrown, out of play. He would move to second, but Bailey right back. He goes inside on Jake Rogers, ties him up. That would do it for the Tigers in the fifth. Still 6-0. Daniel Norris out there on an 0-2 pitch. This ball is chopped up the middle. Goodrum gets to it, but is unable to get the throw over to first in time, and it's a leadoff single for the Twins, but he would come right back, get Marwin Gonzalez chasing one out of the zone. His second strikeout, first out of the inning. Then it was Alex Avila. He just flares one up the middle that unfortunately is hit in the perfect spot where nobody can get to it. Good effort from Goodrum, but it's first and second, 1 away. Then Byron Buxton hits one to short. He can fly, so they're going to have to hurry to turn this one. Not even a throw over to first, and it would be first and third with 2 down. Leadoff hitter Arraez flares one into left. That gets down, and the Twins are on the board. It is 6-1, 2 away, but runners still on first and second. Next batter takes one into left. That gets down, and it is bases loaded. They would not send Buxton. Probably would have scored, but they leave it up to Nelson Cruz. He gets one over the leaping grab of Jonathan Schoop into right field. 2 runs would score, and it is 6-3. The Twins climbing back into this one. Tigers would send the pitching coach out. I think he's talking to him about the blonde in the second row behind the dugout. He says, "Miggy, you saw her, right?" "Oh, yeah." That would get Daniel Norris settled right back in as he gets out of the jam, gets a fly ball to right. Maybin had to go back for it, but that one stays in the park. It is, again, 6-3 as we head to the top of the sixth. Homer Bailey still out there for the Twins. But Nico Goodrum gets one into right center field. That ball gets down, and the Tigers are in business. We'll see if they can answer the 3-run burst that the Twins put up in their half of the fifth. Goodrum is going. He is in the second, so runner in scoring position in the top of the order there, so the Tigers have something brewing. Reyes would pull one over to the right side, at least get the runner over to third with 1 away, and then Castro lifts one to center. Is this going to be deep enough for Goodrum to score? He's going to try. Here comes a throw from Buxton. It is up the line a little bit, unable to get the tag on him. Tigers do get one back. It is now 7-3. Miggy gets a fastball up, shoots one into center field. He's hitting the ball well today. That is his 3rd hit for those of you keeping track at home. Next batter was Jonathan Schoop. He hits a ground ball to second. That would do it for the Tigers in the 6th. On to the bottom of the 6th. Daniel Norris goes back out there, so showing some confidence in him. Not sure what happens here with Jonathan Schoop. That ball looked like it should have been an easy 4-3 to start the inning, but instead Twins have a base runner. Next batter, Kepler. He pulls one down the line. It hooks just foul. Would have made it 7-5, and things would have really got interesting there. But later in the at-bat, Norris comes back to get him swinging at a slider down and away. Nice pitch there. Then a ground ball to first. Miggy over to short. Back to first. A 3-6-3 double play. 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers. Homer Bailey still out there in the 7th. He gets Lawrence Walker swinging for the first out of the inning. His 6th strikeout in a relief appearance. That's pretty impressive. Noise looks at a curve just off the plate for a 1-out walk. And then Cameron Maybin takes one into the gap. That ball is going to get all the way to the wall. Sheldon Noise would come around to score on the play, making it 8-3. As you see, the throw to the plate would not be in time, and that would be the end of the road for Homer Bailey. He threw 70 pitches in relief. The Twins are going to turn to another veteran right-hander in Tyler Clippard, who has pitched 4 2/3 of scoreless baseball so far this season. He would get Jake Rogers swinging at a changeup or a splitter down out of the zone for his first strikeout there, second out of the inning. Next batter, Nico Goodrum, hits one hard, but that would be caught at shortstop to end the threat. Tigers would turn to Tim Meza out of the bullpen, has pitched well through 7 2/3. That closes the book on Daniel Norris. Went 6 innings, 7 hits and a walk, struck out 3, and gave up the 3 earned runs. But a gritty start from him, and he's in line for the win. Fast forward to 2 outs in the inning, routine grounder to second base. That would do it for the Twins in the 7th. Good solid inning from Meza. Miggy, a 4th hit of the game as he takes one into right field. 2 away, though, and next batter was Jonathan Scope. He's down on strikes. That would end the inning, and he is really struggling at the plate for the Tigers of late. We would move on to the 8th inning, and it is C.J. Cron in at first base. Meza stays out there, but the first batter he faces, he loses control of a slider and plunks the runner. That would put Polanco on to start the inning. Alex Wilson comes on. He's been outstanding for the Tigers in relief as well. First batter he faces, though, takes one into right field for a base hit, and it is first and second, nobody out. Then it was Josh Donaldson. He's caught looking at a 2-seamer down and away. Didn't like the call, but that was definitely a strike 3. Then it was a ground ball over to first. Miggy able to handle it, goes to short. Wilson covering. That would be a double play to end the threat in the 8th. Tyler Duffy on to get some garbage time innings here. He has actually pitched pretty well for the Twins so far, but he walks Sheldon Aweze to start the inning. Then with 2 away, he gets a fastball. Rogers didn't like the call, but that's it for the Tigers in the 8th. And then Gregory Soto on to get some work and hopefully wrap this thing up for the Tigers in the 9th. With 1 away, he's facing Marwin Gonzalez. Gets a ground ball down the third base line, right over the bag, barely fair. That would be a 1-out single for Gonzalez. Twins hoping for a 9th inning miracle here. The next batter was Alex Avila. He hits a grounder to first. Crone throws from the seat of his pants, but it is into left field. The runner's going to take off and try to get the third, but he is out for the second out of the inning. Not a good idea to get caught trying to, pick up an extra base when you're down by 5 runs, and then the next batter lifts a routine fly into right. That would do it for this one. The Tigers with a solid 8-3 victory, and they are off to a pretty good start for the season. So you got to like what you're getting out of this team. Realistically, like we said earlier in the series, a 500 finish would be about the best that you can ask for, and they're playing well right now. So Daniel Norris gets the win. Again, he went 6 strong innings for them. Randy Dobnak with a rough day. He's going to hopefully forget this one soon. Cameron Maben with Player of the Game honors, went 3 for 5. The Tigers with 13 hits and 4 walks overall as a team, struck out 9 times. You see double for Maben, triples for Reyes and Rogers, stolen base for Goodrum, and then the 6 innings of work from Norris, and then the bullpen doing a good job. 3 scoreless innings to finish this one off. Only 1 walk as a team. That's pretty solid. They only struck out 5, but we'll take it. Quick look at the Twins numbers there before we move on from this one. Overall, they gave up 13 hits and 4 walks, as you saw earlier. Bailey actually pitched pretty well out of the bullpen. Final look at the line score. Again, 8-3 Tigers. The win for Daniel Norris. The loss goes to Randy Dobnak. Falls to 1-2 on the season. We're going right back out to more action. It is going to be a Tigers-Yankees matchup in Yankee Stadium. The 15-14 Tigers at this point in the season taking on the 20-10 New York Yankees in first place in the American League East. This is going to be a matchup where the Tigers are going to need to have a lot of things go their way, as Spencer Turnbull, the number 5 man in the rotation, is going to go up against Gerrit Cole. He is obviously the ace of this team. 5-0 through 6 starts on the season, pitching pretty well. He's actually pitched 3 full complete games in a row coming into this start, so pitch count could be something that the Yankees are going to look to keep an eye on. We'll see if the Tigers are able to get him out of the game, get to the bullpen, and hopefully scratch out enough runs and get a start from Turnbull that keeps them in the hunt to win this one. Not a good start as Reyes grounds out to short, but then Harold Castro up the middle for a 1-out single. He is just an absolute singles machine. I swear, this guy, that's all he does is hit singles. Next batter was Miguel Cabrera. He hits a ground ball to short, and that's going to be an easy double play as he does not run well. quick look at the numbers for Spencer Turnbull, pretty much as advertised with this guy so far this year. The ERA about where you would expect, along with the whip. Control has been okay. He's 0-2 through 5 starts, looking to get his first win of the year here. Forgot to mention earlier that Gerrit Cole is sitting at 99 wins for his career, so a win today would give him 100 for the career, so a milestone on the horizon perhaps we might get to see in this one if the Tigers can't pull it off. Later in the first inning, it would be a ground ball up the middle, Scope able to handle it, and that's a double play to end that inning. Scope would strike out swinging to start the second. He continues to struggle. Next up would be Lawrence Walker. He gets a 3-0 pitch that he likes. Green lights it, and that ball is into the left center field gap for extra bases. A stand-up double for Walker. Thought about 3, but holds up. With 1 away, the runners in scoring position for the Tigers, and they look to get out to an early lead here against Gerrit Cole. Then it was Sheldon Nweze. Watches a slider just off the plate. With an open base, not a bad idea to just pitch around him and set up a double play, and it would work out well as Bonifacio ground ball to the backhand of Urshela, but he gets that ball over to second for the feed. Nice turn, and that would end the threat in the second. Spencer Turnbull pitching well as he starts the second off with a strikeout of Aaron Judge. Was chasing one there. Not a swing that you usually see out of that guy. Then Gleyber Torres would hit a ball through the right side for a 1-out single, and then on a 2-0 count, Giancarlo Stanton gets a hanging slider and just crushes this ball into the left field bleachers. That makes it 2-0 Yankees. Not the start that the Tigers wanted, as they've had some double plays get Gerrit Cole out of innings, and now they trail as Giancarlo Stanton hits his 10th home run of the season, 375 feet, about 105 mile an hour exit velocity. Turnbull settles right back in as he gets Gary Sanchez to end the inning, but it is 2-0 Yankees through 2. On to the third inning, he gets Austin Romine swinging, playing against his former team. Then Victor Reyes hits one down the left field line with 2 away, but that would hang up long enough to be caught and end the third for the Tigers. Then on to the bottom of the third, Gardner down on strikes to start the inning. Spencer Turnbull's third K here in the early going. With 2 away, it's Andujar. He gets a slider that he should have ripped. He hits it well, but right at Scope at second. And it is 2-0 after 3 innings here in Yankee Stadium. Castro frozen on a curve down and in, and that would be the third strikeout for Gerrit Cole. Next batter is Miguel Cabrera. He gets a fastball up and in, 99 miles an hour, couldn't catch up with it. That's the 4th strikeout for Cole. 2 down. Then it was Jonathan Scope. He continues to struggle, but this ball hit up the middle. Diving stop, throw to first, and this guy just can't buy a hit right now. Spencer Turnbull on in the bottom of the 4th with 2 away. That's a routine fly to right. Nothing doing for the Yankees in their half. We head to the 5th. Gerrit Cole still in control out there. First batter he faces just throws a 99 mile an hour fastball right down the middle, and Walker couldn't catch up with it. His 5th strikeout as you get a look at the ERA leaders in the American League entering play. Gerrit Cole sitting at 2.06 coming into this game. Bonifacio with 2 away hits one up the middle. It is stopped, but LeMahieu couldn't make the play. That's an infield single. Next batter was Austin Romine. He would draw a walk. Then it's Nico Goodrum. Swings through a changeup, and again the Tigers leaving some runners on and having some opportunities, but just unable to push anything across. Then it was a 1-2 slider down and away. Giancarlo Stanton takes this down the right field line just over that short porch for his 2nd home run of the game, 11th of the season. Really wasn't a bad pitch, actually was a good pitch from Spencer Turnbull, but nonetheless it is 3-0 Yankees, as Giancarlo Stanton has been all of the Yankees offense and really the only problem that Spencer Turnbull has run into so far in this one. He would get Luke Voigt swinging to bounce back for his 4th strikeout was the next batter. Then he would walk Gary Sanchez, and with 1 away it's Brett Gardner. He is tied up on a curve in off the plate. It was up, but Spencer Turnbull gets away with that one for his 5th strikeout. Next batter takes one into right field for a 2-out single, and it is 1st and 2nd. Trouble here as Miguel Andujar then would hit one hard, but right at Sheldon Nweze at 3rd. That would do it for the Yankees in the 5th. Still 3-0. On to the 6th. Reyes flares one into left. That one lands in the Bermuda Triangle for a base hit, and it is a base runner for the Tigers with nobody on. He would take off and swipe second, so the the Tigers have a runner in scoring position now with nobody out. Harold Castro would do a good job here, just hitting the ball to the right side on the ground to get him over to third with one away. Then Miggy hits a hard grounder to third. It's bobbled, which is a good thing because as hard as that ball was hit, Reyes was probably going to be toast at the plate. Nonetheless, it is 3-1. The Tigers trying to claw their way back into this one, but Jonathan Scope down on strikes again. His struggles continue. Gerrit Cole strong through 6 innings. Spencer Turnbull trying to keep the Tigers in it. He gets DJ LeMahieu swinging for his 6th strikeout of the game. Aaron Judge down the right field line. This ball would land fair. Good job fielding this one and holding him to first. It would be a 1-out single as he gets it in a hurry. Then Gleyber Torres, ball to the right side. Scope with a nice feed. Goodrum with the turn. A double play gets him out of the inning. And Spencer Turnbull battling his way through 6 solid innings. Cole back out there. He gets Lawrence Walker for his 8th strikeout of the game. Then it was Sheldon Nweze swings through a changeup. 9 strikeouts for Gerrit Cole. 2 down now in the 7th. It's Jorge Bonifacio on a 2-1 pitch. He gets a fastball up, gets around on it, and takes one into left for a base hit. 2 out now with a runner on first. It was Austin Romine. He just hits a routine one-hopper to third, over to second for the final out, and Gerrit Cole gets through 7. It is 3-1 New York. And then Giancarlo Stanton again. And this ball is hit a mile. No idea where this thing even lands. 440 feet for his 12th home run of the season, 3rd of the game. Spencer Turnbull just can't get him out. He's got 3 home runs, driving in 4 during the process, and that is all that the Yankees have been able to do against Spencer Turnbull. So you got to feel bad for the young right-hander, as he's actually pitched pretty well, just making some mistakes to Giancarlo Stanton, and just cannot get him out. Look at the pitch here. It's a fastball just right down the middle. You can't throw the ball right there, especially when the guy's already taking it deep twice. Ron Gardenhire going to leave Spencer Turnbull in the ball game, and on the next batter, he gets Luke Voigt swinging through a fastball, his 7th strikeout. And the next batter was Gary Sanchez. He takes a walk on a slider down just out of the zone, and that would do it for Turnbull. He pitched pretty well in this one, notching 6 1/3 innings of work, 7 hits, 2 walks. He struck out 7. Not a bad day. If he could have gotten Giancarlo Stanton out, it would have been a much better performance for him, obviously. Soto on in relief here. He's actually pitched pretty well for the Tigers through 6 1/3 of work so far this year. But the first batter he faces, lefty on lefty, and it's Brett Gardner taking one up the middle. 1st and 2nd now, still 1 out. Then Soto would get a ground ball over to third, 5, 4, 3, and it's 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers. Tommy Kahnle in relief. He's been solid, 6 1/3 of scoreless work so far this year for the Yankees. And he would take over in the top of the 8th. First batter is Nico Goodrum. He's going to take advantage of the Yankees in the shift. He drops down a bunt, nobody there to field it, and he is on with a leadoff bunt single. And then Victor Reyes swings at a pitch that might have hit him in the knee had he let it go. He's down for the first out. Ball gets away from Sanchez. Goodrum going to try for second. The throw is not going to get him, so it's now a runner in scoring position with 1 away. Tigers have got to strike here, you would think. Harold Castro, ground ball to the right side. Runner moves over to third, but that's 2 away now for Miguel Cabrera, and he swings through a changeup. That was up, but probably fooled him. When you see a ball up like that, you're probably thinking fastball, especially with 2 strikes. Joe Jimenez on in relief here in the bottom of the 8th for the Tigers. He's been pretty solid for them so far this year. Gets a fastball by Miguel Andujar there to start the inning, and then Aaron Judge with 2 away swings through a slider, and that would do it for the Yankees. We go to the 9th. Tigers going to need a rally here, and it would be Zach Britton on for the save for the Yankees, the veteran left-hander. 12 innings, very good so far this year. The ERA of just .75 through 11 appearances so far. Jonathan Scope, ground ball to short. He's out again, continues to struggle. That would be the first out. Then it was Lawrence Walker. He draws a walk, so with 1 away, the Tigers have a runner on. And then it was Sheldon Nweze, ground ball to third. That's going to be a double play to end this thing, and the Yankees take this one. They move to 21-10 on the season. Tough loss for the Tigers. It was one that they were, it was going to be an uphill battle the whole way. You knew with your number 5 starter going against an ace like Gerrit Cole, this was going to be a tough one to pull out. They battled, had some chances offensively, but just unable to push across enough runs to take this one. But all in all, Spencer Turnbull pitched pretty well. You got to feel pretty good about that. Again, he went 6 1/3 strong, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Pretty good performance. They were able to get Cole out of there, like we talked about earlier. He gave up 5 hits and 2 walks, struck out 9 over 7. Zach Britton gets the save with just 1 walk, but Giancarlo Stanton, obvious player of the game, honors for him as he went 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. Had he had another chance to swing the bats, we probably would have pitched to him, but obviously pretty carefully. Spencer Turnbull, again, takes the loss. He drops to 0-3 on the year. We'll take one final look at the line score here as the Tigers registered 1 run against 6 hits and no errors. The Yankees, 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. One final thing here, we actually got a trade offer from the Reds, but this one was just too unrealistic for us to accept it, although we were tempted to move the contract of Miguel Cabrera. They were offering us Matt Bowman, just average run-of-the-mill, middle-aged right-handed reliever. Doesn't make any sense with Joey Votto in our organization, so we passed on this one. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Drop a like, subscribe, comment below, and we will see you all next time.